Hi everyone, I'm Daisy Rocha and this is what's happening in Brazil. We start by updating you on the latest news from the country. The death toll from the biggest floods ever recorded in Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil has risen to 149. There was also an increase on the number of people taking refuge in shelters, almost 8,000. President Lula returned to Rio Grande do Sul to announce new measures, including a one-off payment of almost $1,000 per family to help people affected by the unprecedented environmental disaster. Former Brazilian President Dilma Rousseff, the current head of the new development bank, announced that she will allocate more than $1 billion to Rio Grande do Sul. The aim is to rebuild urban and rural infrastructure in the municipalities hit by the heavy floods. Rousseff arranged the transfer of funds, which will also be used for environmental protection and disaster prevention in the state, after the conversation with President Lula and the governor of Rio Grande do Sul, Eduardo Leite. The municipality of Caxias in the state of Maranhão has passed a law banning aerial spraying of pesticides, a practice harmful to rural communities. Grassroots movements and civil society support the process. Despite the approval, the community is now seeking effective law enforcement. Poison spraying on homes in Maranhão often cause communities to report skin and respiratory disease, as well as symptoms such as burns and vomiting. The rule provides a fine of 50,000 reais, around $9,800, for anyone who defies the ban. A new study shows that between 2015 and 2023, São Paulo saw over a 14-fold increase in police reports of violence against LGBTQIAPN+ people. The need for health care due to aggression against this population also rose by almost tenfold. Most victims of physical violence are men, black, and young. The city's outskirts experience more violence, while the central areas register the most police reports. Elon Musk's internet arrived in Brazil in 2022. Since then, the Starlink has facilitated clandestine mining on the Amazon. Watch more about this and understand Musk's connection with the country in our story of the week.
On the social media platform TikTok, an illegal mining influencer shows a vital work tool.
Here, the internet we use is from Starlink. It locates the satellite signal by itself. Nowadays, technology is very advanced, and staying connected is very easy.
This is an example of how the internet service provided by Starlink, a company owned by billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk, has boosted illegal mining in the Amazon region by bringing fast, mobile connections to remote locations. According to the Brazilian Institute of Environment and Renewable Natural Resources, known as IBAMA in Portuguese, the service makes it difficult to monitor illegal mining.
So, all the illegal miners' camps have antennas, and all the boats have Starlink antennas. The internet is widespread in these places. We realized that through the internet, they organize supply shipments, fuel shipments, food shipments, in short, any other type of material that they think is important to them. They also organize the transportation of ore.
In March, IBAMA seized 25 Starlink antennas like this one. They were all at illegal mining sites. After being seized, the equipment is stored with the environmental agency and cannot be reused as it is linked to the buyer's social security number. Federal agents destroy the antennas that can't be seized for being in very remote locations. The TikTok influencer told us why Starlink is essential to illegal gold mining.
We can no longer be without internet connection because of the operation. We must be connected, gather in online groups, and be informed. Because then we will be warned when there's going to be an operation, and we run.
The mining influencer refers to IBAMA's enforcement actions, which lost efficiency after Starlink arrived at the Amazon.
Once inspectors land on an illegal mining site, that information goes out to all the other illegal gold miners simultaneously and in real time. This enables them to remove the equipment. Often, they threw the engines and hydraulic excavators into the water to prevent us from destroying them.
Brasil de Fato had access to an exchange of messages in a WhatsApp group of illegal miners who operate in the Yanomami indigenous land. The members of a group of gold miners chatted on WhatsApp about an integrated operation between the Federal Highway Police, the Navy, IBAMA, and the Army. When IBAMA arrives, miners flee with the most important objects: the illegally extracted gold and the Starlink antennas. One strategy is to paint the white antennas in black, which would make it more difficult for helicopters to spot them. Illegal mining is causing a humanitarian crisis in the Amazon, spreading diseases and leading to conflicts and deaths in indigenous communities. In the Ukrainian war, Elon Musk claimed to have cut Starlink's signal to disrupt a Ukrainian attack on a Russian naval fleet. In the Gaza Strip, Starlink was prevented by the United States and Israel from supplying the Palestinians with internet access. In Brazil, the Social Environmental Institute advocates that the connection be blocked in illegal mining areas. Starlink arrived in Brazil in 2022 through a partnership between Musk and the Bolsonaro government. At the time, the billionaire announced that he would make the connection available to 19,000 schools without internet access on the Amazon. Brasil de Fato confirmed that only 3 state schools in the region received internet signal through the partnership. When contacted, the Ministry of Communications only said it has no contracts with the Starlink. The Indigenous Missionary Council regrets that Musk continues to expand his business while illegal mining devastates indigenous communities.
So it's like, I have money, I have a lot of money, so I can do whatever I want. And I don't care if my technological tool is killing people and favoring organized crime. And it will continue, right? So I think you really need to hit it, denounce it, and say it's criminal.
In today's Culture Talk, we will learn more about the writer Ana Maria Gonçalves, who published the book Defeito de Cor. The historical fiction starts Kendé, a enslaved African woman born in 1810, inspired by the mother of the Brazil's most influential abolitionists, Luiz Gama. Watch the exclusive interview.
We decided to make an exhibition exploring all 10 chapters of the book. Each chapter would bring some subjects to the exhibition. We would try to dialogue with artists already working on topics related to the book Defeito de Cor. Some of the works had been commissioned, so it is not an exhibition about the book, but in dialogue with the book where most artists are black. I think it couldn't be any different, since the book is the official history of Brazil told through the eyes and experience of a black woman, whom I named Candé, a character inspired by Luísa Marim, Luiz Gama's mother. Portela's parade was something I never imagined that could happen. The Portela Samba School has a particular tradition of dealing with literary subjects. So the book Defeito de Cor isn't the first storyline in which they've teamed up with literature to develop a theme to parade on the avenue. Portela also has a literary fair, the Portela. This year it takes place in August, but last year it happened in April, right at the beginning of the Samba plot's development. The publisher house took a number of copies it thought could sell over the 3 days of the event, but it sold out on the first day. This culminated in a parade in which everyone understood very well what contribution they would make, what story was being told, what part of the story affected them, and what made them go to the avenue to defend the samba plot and the school beautifully in the way they all did. During the parade, the copies of the book sold out. A new edition was printed less than a week before the carnival, so the publisher house was prepared. It just wasn't prepared for the frenzy it was, right? That first edition, which had already been prepared for carnival sales, sold out, and in the following 2 weeks, 3 more editions sold out. So, for sure, the bubble burst among an audience that I don't think literature would ever reach through literary festivals, or just to an audience interested in literature.
Eu sou, na verdade, a 8ª.
I'm the 8th female black writer to publish a novel in Brazil. Maria Firmina was the first to have 6 books published from 1953 to 2006. That says something about the country that has never paid attention to black women as contributors, intellectuals, owners of their own stories, and able to tell their point of view about the country's history. About 80% to 85% of the novels published in Brazil are authored by white men. It also says a lot about the literary industry. I think literature is one of the most elitist arts.
Did you like the show? So hit the like button and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive notifications. We will see you next week.